Welcome to Geiranger, Norway, often called one of the most beautiful places in the world. Nestled at the end of the Geirangerfjord, this tiny village is surrounded by steep cliffs, blue waters, and dramatic waterfalls cascading down the mountainsides. Whether you're here for just a day or a longer stay, Geiranger is packed with unforgettable sights and experiences. Geiranger is home to fewer than 300 residents, but during the summer months, it transforms into a lively hub as visitors from around the world come to explore. Despite its small size, the village is full of opportunities to connect with nature, whether it's through hiking, sightseeing, or cruising along the fjord. We visited Geiranger on a cruise, which is the most popular way to experience this town. We're going to share all the things to do and see here, and show you what we did during our visit. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to see more cruise and travel content. Geiranger doesn't have a traditional port dock, but instead there is a sea walk. This is a floating walkway that extends from the ship to the shore when a ship is in port and then folds back to the shoreline when not in use. This allows you to easily get on and off the ship without needing a tender boat. The town is small but charming, with cute gift shops, cozy cafes, and food stalls. There's also a small grocery store where you can grab essentials and snacks. It's a perfect introduction to small Norwegian towns. If you have already booked a bus tour excursion, the buses are located right by this little troll guy. As you enter the one main street in town, you'll spot these little green cars that you can rent. These are called the e-mobility cars. They fit 2 people sitting one in front of the other, and they come pre-loaded with various tour routes. These cars are equipped with GPS, and while you drive, the onboard narration acts as a digital tour guide, sharing insights about the area. It's a fun and easy way to explore on your own with a built-in guide. Just keep in mind that these cars aren't for general use. You can only take them on the specific route of the tour you've chosen. One of the most popular routes for the e-mobility cars is to the Dalsnibba skywalk. This viewpoint is about a 40-minute drive from Geiranger and offers sweeping views of the entire fjord. Standing at over 1,500 meters above sea level, the view from Dalsnibba is truly breathtaking. For cruise passengers, the easiest way to get to Dalsnibba is to take a bus tour. We have a Viator tour linked in the description below for those interested. If you're driving into town rather than arriving on a cruise, keep in mind there's a toll of 330 kroner, or around 40 euros. Most sightseeing tours also include a visit to Flydalsjuvet, a viewpoint closer to town. It's just a short drive away, but you can also hike there. It's about an hour walk each way. The journey itself is incredibly scenic and well worth it if you have the time and energy. Geiranger is an incredibly scenic place, whether you head to the popular mountain viewpoints or take in the water views. In town, there's a lovely harbor park with benches where you can relax and enjoy the stunning fjord views. But if you want to get even closer to the mountains and waterfalls, there are plenty of water-based tours to choose from. If you want to get up close and personal with the famed Seven Sisters waterfall and the Geirangerfjord, a rib boat tour is the way to go. This small Zodiac boat gets you right up to the action and is perfect for those seeking a bit of adrenaline. For a more relaxed pace, consider taking a kayak tour. These guided tours offer a serene way to experience the waterfalls and the fjord while getting in some exercise. They're great for beginners, experienced kayakers, and families alike. Or, if you prefer a comfortable and laid-back experience, you can take a regular boat tour. This leisurely cruise through the fjord is ideal for enjoying the sights at your own pace. Just keep in mind that your cruise ship will also sail through the fjord on the way out of port. We have links to highly recommended Viator rib boat, kayak, and boat tours in the description below. When we visited Geiranger, we chose to do something different. It was such a beautiful day, so we decided to go hiking. There are plenty of trails around Geiranger for all levels of hikers, and the best part is that hiking is a free activity. We had an ambitious plan, and it started with the Waterfall Walk. The Waterfall Walk is about a 10-minute walk from the ship. You climb alongside the surging Storfossen waterfall with 327 steps leading up to a viewpoint at the top where you can see how the waterfall feeds into the fjord. It's a bit of a climb, but the views along the way make it worth every step. Linked in the description is the All Trails map from the ship. Once you reach the top, you can also visit the Norwegian Fjord Center. The Norwegian Fjord Center is the visitor and educational hub for the West Norwegian Fjords Geirangerfjord World Heritage Site. Try saying that 3 times fast. The exhibitions showcase the unique fjord landscape that earned the UNESCO World Heritage status in 2005. Just beyond the Fjord Center, we began the main part of our hike to Vesterås, Gard, a viewpoint above town. We found this trail on All Trails, and it seemed easy to moderate at first, but quickly turned into a steep climb with stone steps winding up the mountain. We were prepared for a hike, but maybe not one quite this intense. We're from Florida, which is the flattest place in the universe, so our legs were a bit unprepared. Even though it was a tough trek, the views were nice, there were a lot of waterfalls, and it was really nice being in nature. We ended up nicknaming this trail the Stairway to Heaven because while it was challenging, the reward at the top was absolutely worth it. It was definitely one of the most beautiful places we have ever seen. Once we actually made it to the top of the trail, there was a small outdoor restaurant with rental cabins. We stopped to catch our breath and enjoy the stunning mountain views. Honestly, the views took my breath away more than the hike did. The hills were seriously alive with the sound of music. For just a few dollars, we had hot coffee and fresh waffles while soaking in the tranquility of the mountains. All you could hear was the distant wind and the gentle sounds of sheep grazing below. What a simple, beautiful life it must be to be a Norwegian sheep. The trail continues beyond Vesterås Gard to Lysta Viewpoint, which has even more incredible views of the fjord. This was the view one hiker posted on Google Maps. We didn't make it that far, but it looks like it would be worth it. After chatting with the server at the restaurant, she recommended that we take the main road with some shortcuts back instead of the same trail back to town. This was a much appreciated suggestion because our legs were toast by this point. The road had a shallower grade and plenty of switchbacks, which made for a much more manageable descent. Plus, we got to enjoy some different views on the way down. Geiranger is truly breathtaking from every angle. On our way back down the mountain, we passed another little snack shack. It looked like a great place to grab an ice cream if you're walking on the main roads. While the shortcuts were well marked, some sections were still quite steep and a bit treacherous, especially with loose rocks and mud. If you're interested about learning more about Geiranger, check out our port guides and shore excursion information linked in the description below. But eventually, we made it to the main road and continued on solid ground. We passed by the church on the hill, which also had great views of the fjord. It's a nice spot for photos, and it's only a short walk from the ship. In the description below, we have the All Trails full map of our trek. Once we were back in town, we did a bit of shopping and grabbed a snack before heading back on the ship. Keep in mind, we visited Geiranger in September, so it was starting to get darker earlier. If you're visiting in the summer, you'll have the advantage of extended daylight while in port. Back on the ship, we beelined it straight for the hot tub to soothe our aching legs. Highly recommended after a long day of hiking. We had an incredible day in Geiranger, but we had no idea that it was about to get even better. The sail out through Geirangerfjord was absolutely spectacular. We were surrounded by towering mountains, cascading waterfalls, and an amazing sunset. It was chilly with the sun behind the mountains, but we could not bring ourselves to go back inside. It took a few hours to sail back to the open sea, but it was truly a majestic experience. If you ever get the chance to visit Geiranger, whether on a cruise or a road trip, we absolutely recommend it. The views are out of this world, and there's so much to do and see for all interests and ages. If you have any questions about visiting Geiranger, feel free to ask away in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe to see more helpful cruise content.